Hey guys, it's January the 23rd, 2024. I'm here in Kansas with my grandson Nathan, and we're just checking all of our trail cameras, and we're walking through this thicket, and we're going to hit these open fields. Not a giant. But the cool thing is it is a shed, and you know, every little shed you find is kind of a cool little find, a cool treasure. So there's number one for the day. We're out here trying to zigzag across these big open fields to see if any deer have dropped any antlers out here. We're going to stay out of the bedding area. We just don't want to mess it up. We've had moisture for the last few days, even some freezing rain. And you can see there's water standing in a lot of areas on this big open field. And as we're coming through here, I've got a shed that I spotted. And I think this is to a deer that I got a picture of on one of my cameras about 150 yards away, with his right side missing the other day, and there at the pedicle it was just bloodier than all get out. So I'd be willing to bet this is the right side to that deer. So just a nice shed, nothing giant, but I'm guessing that's probably to you know, not the best in the world genetic wise, 3-year-old, but that's probably to a 3-year-old deer. So we're going to keep zigzagging across here and see if we can find any more sheds. Hey guys, it's January the 29th, 2024, and I'm here in Missouri doing a little bit of shed hunting as I pull some deer stands. And I'm walking along here, and there's a nice 5-point side here to a buck, nice left side. As you can see, just a great shed, probably a 3.5-year-old deer, maybe a 4.5, but just an awesome side. So I'm going to look around here a little more, see if I can find the other side and get lucky. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and pull my last deer stand and hit a few open fields and then cut out of here. But yeah, that's another nice shed. Well guys, I'm zigzagging this, I'd call it just warm season grass, a little bit of Cerisa lespedeza, but there's little bedding pockets everywhere in here. And I'm looking for the other side to this 5-point that I found. And I see another shed, and I'm looking in front of it, and there's another shed by it. I'd say this is probably more than likely a match set. There's one right there, and right there next to it is another one. So wow, just a cool little match set to a 3.5-year-old 8-point. So wow, we are hitting it good today. Well guys, still January the 29th, and I'm still looking for the other side to that nice 5-point. And I'm still in the general area, just walking around here looking, and I found another trail, and right at the mouth of the trail I can see a shed. So boy, I'm hoping it's the other side. Can't tell yet. That's a nice size shed. Oh boy, oh my, that's a nice left side. And if I'm right, and I think I am, I think that's to a nice 8-point that I had lots of opportunities at this year. So I'm going to look for the other side. He's probably a 4.5-year-old deer, so that's a cool find. Cool find. I'll look around a little more here, see if I can find the other side. Great day. I mean, one match set and 2 other sides, so all of them at least 3.5-year-old deer. So 4 sheds here within an hour. That's really good. I'm tickled for this early. I'm behind my house, probably 250 yards. I've got a tower blind that I set up here, and I put a food plot in here. Put a little bit of Frosty Delight. I've probably got right at an acre here. I had some Frosty Delight from Grandpa Ray Outdoors on this plot, and I had some winter wheat. And I decided to go ahead and take my 4-wheeler out and just do a little cruising around. One, see if I can find an armadillo out, which I'll take care of them armadillos. And 2, just look and see if I can find some sheds. So I pull in here with my 4-wheeler, and I look over to the side, and there's a really nice shed over here to the side. I'm guessing looks like a 4-point side to a 2.5 or 3.5-year-old deer. Good looking shed. So tickled to death to find anything, you know, this early. And food sources is definitely the best place to be looking this time of year. You know, stay out of your bedding area and out of the timber. Don't be messing up and going there too early and push everything over to your neighbor's place. Okay guys, I'm back here on the backside on 77 acres, and basically I've got probably 11 to 12 acres here of winter rye that's been put out. A little plot on this side, and then on the other side we got about 3 acres also of winter rye. So I found that nice little 4-point side. I'm guessing that's probably a 2.5-year-old buck based on mass, you know. But I get over here on this other side, and I think I just found the other side to him. So I'm going to walk over here and pick it up, and I'll walk back and pick up the first side that I found, see if that's a match set. This is the one I found on the property adjacent to this. Wow. And I'm pretty sure this is a match set, guys. The bases are pretty much the same. This one here still has blood down on the base, so yeah, he's definitely lost these 2 different days. So that one's got blood, the other one's really clean. Just a, you know, nice little 2.5-year-old 8-point. So a match set, that's awesome. Okay guys, it's February the 2nd, 2024, and I'm just kind of walking around on the southeast end of my property, kind of checking things out. I'd done a little prescribed burn and was wanting to see how good a burn I actually got, and I'm walking down through here and noticed a little 3-point shed. Looks like probably to a 1.5-year-old buck. So I'm going to pick that little booger up and add that to my collection. I've done a little bit of a prescribed burn, and I'm just trying to walk through here, see how good a burn I got. And I've already found one little shed, and I look over here and there's a dead carcass of a buck. So we're going to pick it up. So it looks to me like a 2.5-year-old deer. What's cool though, looks like he's an 8-point with about a 6-inch drop tine on him. So that's something unique, which, you know, I wish he would have made it to, you know, 5.5, 6.5. That would have been a really cool buck. So gonna get him cleaned up, try to soak him a little bit, see if I can get this hide to break free from the skull, and do a boil on him, clean him up, and then try to bleach his skull out a little bit on color. But that's just a cool little find, something unique. Behind my property on a little 6-acre piece, it ties in with my 20, so I've got 26 acres here, and then a 77 over the other side of the hill to the west. But basically what I've done here, I've set this up with I've put warm season grass up here on about 3 acres for just a little bedding area, and then I've got about an acre here that we put in with a Grandpa Ray Outdoors Frosty Delight. So the deer have really ate it down, and I even added a little bit of winter rye to it too to help things green up. We had such a drought last year that I didn't get near the height and the growth on this that I'd like to have gotten, but it did okay. I've got a tower blind here that I built this last year, and I've got it set up to where I can take you know, my neighbor, a cousin of mine, Tristan, and we go in here and we did a little bit of youth hunting this last year, and actually set up a decoy and had a nice little buck come into the decoy, posture the decoy, and Tristan had killed a 5-pointer a year or 2 ago, so he wanted to try to take a bigger deer than the one that came in, because it was just a spike. So we passed that deer up, but I just come in here to kind of look things over, look for some sheds, and I see another little shed laying here. And it's just a little 1.5-year-old buck, little 3-point side, just a small shed. But again, that's another shed to add to our little collection. Last year, probably in middle of the May, you know, once the soil temperature got to 60 degrees and maintained 60 degrees, I planted a Grandpa Ray product here, Grandpa Ray Outdoors, called 4 Galore. and it's got conventional soybeans, it's got forage soybeans, it's got lab, and it also has cowpeas in it. I got probably knee deep worth of growth in here, and it was really thick. It did real well. I was real pleased with it. Bens, we had a drought, it still did pretty good. So my plan here is to come back into here, and I'll probably either put that product or another product called Deer and Bird, and then I want to try eventually to get all this into a clover mix at some point.